Hey folks, Alan Saunders, Brandon Howe here, wrapping up a Steelers OTAs 2025 at UPMC Rooney Sports Complex. Just finished the sixth and final practice of the 2025 spring season. Usually there's a little break between OTAs and minicamp, just going right into it this year. So we've got OTAs this week, minicamp next week. So it's the end of one thing and the start of another, but really it's just going to be another week next week. But let's wrap up OTAs here. The final optional practice of the spring session, just over on the practice fields a little bit ago. I was watching the defense, man, and I tried to look at Harmon because like the last time I spent a lot of time with him was really back in rookie camp. And I feel like, man, he's taken some strides throughout this process. Defensive linemen take a long time to develop usually. It's not like a quick position to make an impact in the NFL. I think he looks ready to go, man.
Yeah, he's behind a veteran too, and Cam Hayward, that can teach him some things. And someone asked Cam Hayward after practice if there were any similarities in the way that he came in as a first-round pick, and he said it wasn't really the same situation. He comes in right after they win a Super Bowl, and he said that he was told he's going to be a backup as he comes in as a first-rounder, and we expect Derek Harmon to be on the field, be playing very early on in whatever capacity there. But yeah, not the same situation as Cam Hayward, but Cam Hayward's been around a long time now to kind of show him the ropes.
Yeah, it was. There's some video here on the YouTube channel of Cam kind of giving him some finer points during a drill, and it's really something to see. I think, you know, the power of Harmon, the faster he plays, the more he's able to get sort of out of his head. And look, he's a rookie. There's still going to be lots of that. But, like, it really shows up when you see him looking confident in his movements and knowing what he's supposed to be doing and where he's going. And then you're like, oh, he just hit something real hard. Yeah. And I think that's been impressive to see. What did you notice today, last practice?
I spent a good part of the practice watching the running backs. And it's kind of interesting because the running backs, they can't practice going and running through the line and breaking tackles and stuff. So they practice some interesting things. Yesterday they were doing this ring around the rosy type thing where they're dancing around and someone would yell the drop and the person in the middle would try catching the ball. Today they were running through the six bags, like the tunnel of bags, and right to the ball. They move their head, catch the ball real quickly. So that's what I found really interesting. But Jalen Warren, up and close, his stature, I tweeted that he looks like he'd be at home in a pinball machine. Like that, he just bounces off things. They had a certain drill where he rolled off of like a medicine ball, bouncy ball, and threw the bags as they tried punching it out with the poles. So it was interesting to see him. Obviously, he's going to have a big role this year with Najee gone. And I've been kind of keeping an eye on Caleb Johnson, too. He seems like he's kind of progressing, seems like he's learning. But you can tell in the drills that there's still more there for him to kind of catch on.
Yeah, I talked to a couple of the offensive linemen, and yeah, I mean, like, what can you say about what they're doing at this time of year? In fact, I spent all day yesterday trying to get the offensive linemen to do something interesting looking for video, and you're like, yeah, there's just only so much you can do in this setting. A little bit more at minicamp, not that it will be padded because it won't, but there will be, I think, more team drills and more things. OTA is much more instructional in that nature. So, and of course, we'll get some other people here. Maybe Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. Cam said Chris Boswell is going to be here. Bos, of course, not at OTAs. Then Gabe Davis comes in today for a visit, walk by him in the facility, but looks like we'll be leaving without a contract, so maybe not him. Anything else you want to say or add just to wrap up the 6 days OTAs here?
If Davis does join, I know you already talked to Kenneth Gainwell about it, but kind of asked him today of where their kind of relationship was formed. He said they work out together in the offseason. They worked out some together this offseason. He was excited to kind of get done with practice and head in and go see him. But to kind of wrap up on the Beanie Bishop saga of the Pitt and WV.
Oh, yeah.
You talked to Dev Nestor. I talked to Zach Frazier. Zach Frazier did not say that he would not step on the Pitt logo. He just said he would not record it and post it. So,
Doug Nestor said he wouldn't, but that he and Frazier are there as Beanie Bishop's backup, and he'll let the little guy talk. The big guys will take care of things if necessary. So, yeah, glad to keep that storyline going for another day. All right, that's it for wrapping up OTAs here at UPMC Rooney Sports Complex on the South Side. For Brandon Howe, I'm Alan Saunders. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with minicamp next week. Stay tuned.